Hi, everybody. My name is Lisa, and I am your host today on the A1R Radio Network in the 3 o'clock Central, 4 o'clock Eastern time slot on my show, Angel Guidance by Lisa. And I welcome you here today. I hope I can be a bit of a guiding force for you in your lives. Right now, there's a lot going on in the world that's kind of crazy, And even people who work in this industry like I do, someone who helps people feel better through healing or gives them intuitive insight or connects with their loved ones in spirit, even people like us, and there are many of us on this network, still deal with the challenges of everyday life. Our lives aren't perfect. We don't always have all the answers for our own lives, It's just something that we have to deal with day to day. And, that's what makes my job so interesting, because usually what I'm dealing with is something that calls into my healing practice other people who are dealing with those very same issues. And so through my learning from Spirit and the way Spirit takes me through circumstances are some of the ways I share with you. And so today is the first week of March. The first day was on Sunday. Today is the third. And usually on the first week of any month, I like to give some insight or guidance. And this month, I'm going to take it a little more detailed. So I actually did readings with a dragon tarot deck just before I came on air. And so I'm going to let you choose some letters here to decide what information goes with you. And how it works is the laws of the universe, guide you to what letter to choose. And then that information is going to be your information for the month of March. And I mentioned my dragon tarot deck. I love dragons. I'm wearing a dragon pendant right now. It's a dragon with wings and a crystal. And I teach about dragons. I work with dragons, interestingly enough, in my healing practice. They are connected to me, and they are very beneficial, light-filled, positive healers. Okay, they're not always what you hear about, in shows like they're evil or not of the highest good. That's just simply not true, because I do work with them, and they're very powerful. And so I've just been working a lot with dragons lately, and I thought I'd use my Dragon Tarot deck. And today I drew cards, and this is for your guidance for March. And I want you to select letter A, B, or C. And so just let your mind sort of get focused on what you want, and then allow a letter to come in, A, B, or C. Whatever letter comes in first is usually the one you want to go with. So I'm going to start with letter A. If you chose letter A, I'm just going to read you this information I got from the reading I did just before. And this is going to be true for anyone who chose letter A. Okay, so this is for the month of March. So for this month, you need to surrender any frustration you have about your progress in relationships, professional life, or finances. So the energy of frustration does not open doors. In fact, it constricts. It just takes that energy, that openness we have, and tightens it up and doesn't allow our good in. So you definitely want to release frustration. Key to dissolving that block or resolving any dilemma is to take a breath and just breathe in and relax and be open and available to the answers that come, because they will. And that allows you to regroup your thoughts, because you want to stay calm in the midst of, especially this kind of energy going on right now in the world. It tends to whip up fear in people, and that is never a positive or easy kind of experience to have. So you want to stay calm. So I want you to know that there is good news coming your way. as the rest of the cards tell us. This month is important for you to have positive expectations for how your life gets sick. So if you're thinking gloom and doom, you're going to start calling it gloom and doom. If you have positive expectations, you're going to start putting out those feelers of energy, and you're going to start pulling in, you need to move forward. So you had 3 cards for this month: the Fool, the Ace of Cups, and the Eight of Wands. So the Fool card is not negative. Okay, it just means like a newborn baby, you are starting off on a new path. Okay, and it's not at all about being foolish. The Fool card is a dreamer card, and this is the person who is at the beginning of a new cycle in life. And this person, namely you, will start to see new opportunities that are completely out of the usual way you live your life. So just be open for that, because you're going to have something come around the bend and smack you right in between the eyes. It's going to be something really big. You are thinking about a decision right now to break away from the old way you did things. And you may make sudden decisions that are unexpected by those close to you. And it's never easy to move away from how others see you, but sometimes it's the best way to move forward. So you are filled with an urge to investigate spiritual issues, and a new cycle of unplanned change of directions are at hand. So that's very exciting. If you were feeling frustrated or starting to feel frustrated in this month, know there's a big change coming. So the next card I pulled was the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is about emotions and relationships and love. And the Ace is like the very card for all of those. And so the Ace of Cups, once again, is about new beginnings. So that's a theme here for you. New beginnings in your life, and these new beginnings will be joyful and positive. Okay? And so your spiritual growth is going to expand, and there is a possibility of a new love or a new relationship or romance. And so this card also, though, can indicate a pregnancy possibly, or just a lot of really creative, fertile ideas. So if you don't want to be pregnant, take precautions, but do know that this is a card for that for the month of March. And then the third card for letter A is the Eight of Wands, and this card indicates movement and urgency in that movement. Okay, so barriers you had that you felt like you had in front of you are going to fall away. And these events are going to allow you to move forward quickly. And there are messages coming to you that are positive in nature. And so you may take also a journey coming up in March, or plan a journey in March. And it could possibly be by air. So that's for letter A. It sounds all good. New paths, new relationships, new directions, all good. Okay, next is letter B. Okay, letter B, if you chose that card for the month of March, you need to surrender to setting limits. Okay, setting boundaries in your relationships. Practice expressing your needs. In other words, tell people what you want. Don't hold back. Okay, that doesn't serve anybody. And also remember that the word no is a complete sentence. Okay, so you don't have to sort of kind of make a decision and tell someone that you maybe will do it and yes, it's okay with you, even though it's not. You can say no, and that's all you need to say. You don't need to have an explanation. You are worthy to just say no if you don't want to be participating in something that doesn't feel right to you. Okay, this is a good month for you to express your creativity. You may find this ability to be creative through hobbies you have, or it's any time really that you're present and that you're engaged 100% in the flow of life. That's creativity. Creativity is usually expressed, we think about, through the arts, like singing, dancing, and painting, and exploring. But there are many ways you can express your creativity, and it can be expressed through your professional life as well. It can be expressed through living your life fully with your children. So just know that. So the cards you have for this month are the Empress, the Magician, and the Lovers. Okay, so you have three major things going on here. All right, this is a big change month for you. So the Empress says that there are unexpected blessings coming your way, and you may receive gifts or possibly a proposal or commitment to a relationship. There's also a time of potential fertility, pregnancy, or a time of creativity in your business or life. So you may travel and enjoy pleasant recreation. When you travel, or social gatherings may be something that you encounter this month that will benefit you right now. You may meet certain people in those groups that would be very beneficial for you and your growth. There is financial security for you, and if you plan and you make commitments, you may be able to recognize that good fortune that's coming your way. Okay, so the next card is the Magician card, okay? If you're letter B, the Magician is about communication, okay? It's about communication and clearly stating what you want. It's also a time for you to have some self-control and to use the laws of manifestation and willpower to get what you want. Okay, so have a little discipline and really get clear on those goals, and you can start moving forward to them. You might want to study for a new career or spiritual path that you feel called to do. Just remember, your thoughts and energies flow in harmony to accomplish what needs to be done in your life. So set those goals so your energy can flow towards them. You may be experiencing right now some openings of your psychic abilities, and that is just a way that your higher self communicates with you. So embrace that. Okay, you may notice more signs and symbols, have some interesting dreams. You might even notice that you pay attention to these little meaningful coincidences that happen, and those are called synchronicities, and those are your psychic gifts opening up. So the third card for you, letter B, are the Lovers, and there is an emotional decision coming up for you, and you may experience a romantic encounter or be faced with an attraction or relationship that may be questionable, and so you're going to have to really weigh all the pros and cons of this new relationship. There will be an attraction of the opposites, so that could be challenging for you in the long run. It's one thing to fall in love and be attracted and just really want to go with that, but you really have to decide if it's practical and good for you in the long run. So there is a difficult choice that will arise, so make your decisions on facts and not emotions. Okay, and then finally, for letter C, if you chose that letter, for the month of March. This is about you surrendering to inner peace. Okay, this is just something you cultivate every single day. Okay, inner peace doesn't, just happen. You have to work with it. You have to cultivate it, meaning you help it grow, you help it expand. And so you can do that by sitting in awareness or in meditation or listening to a guided meditation. You might want to just sit in a quiet space and focus on your breath. Okay, because this stillness during these time periods where you're allowed to just sit and relax are going to help you establish inner peace. And a lot of times that's what people need the most, so they can make clear decisions. You are finding your inner peace also may relate to your parenting style or your interactions with your parents or your children. Either way, no matter how old you are, if you're an adult child or you are a parent of adult children or little children, you will establish these patterns with your relationships between parents and children that are going to be established for the rest of your lives. And it can stay that way, and if it's not healthy, you might want to consider changing it or going back to that inner peace time where you sit and think about it, or you just gain inner peace and allow answers to come in as to how to better change or improve that. Okay, so the three cards I drew for you were the Seven of Cups, the Hanged Man, and the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so those three cards are very interesting. So the Seven of Cups is about taking responsibility, and there's many things that you may have started but not quite finished, and that's kind of because you're procrastinating. Okay, so it's about starting and finishing something. All right, you may be daydreaming and not taking action, so you want to try to set goals so that you can move forward towards these goals. Okay, hold on one second here. I want to be sure I'm all connected here. Okay. So you want to be sure that you set goals and you move towards those goals. If we don't decide what we want, it's a very big challenge to move forward towards it. Okay. The Hangman is a card. It's not negative at all. It's just about seeing things differently, almost like seeing them upside down, so you get a different viewpoint. Okay. The Hangman is a period of suspended activity. You may have to view things differently, like taking a look at something upside down to skew your normal view of it. A challenge of the way you think and live is coming, okay? And so you may not have a lot of activity going on right now, but that means you need to think about your goals. That gives you time to do that and maybe rethink them. So keep your feet on the ground and do not be taken in by illusions. Things may not be moving for you because you are unable to make a decision at this time. And then the last card for you is the Ace of Pentacles. And this is about material success. Everyone loves this card. So there is a new cycle of beginning for you, and it will be prosperous. This is the beginning, perhaps, of a profitable career. So sometimes at the beginning point in a new cycle or journey, there may be some challenges. And so you need to just kind of let go of that and don't worry about how you're going to get to the mountaintop, okay? Just start trusting that you're on the right path, all right? You have to awake from these daydreams you have and make an effort towards your goals. So start setting goals, start establishing what you want and working towards them. And since you have the Ace of Pentacles, success will happen for you. So I hope you found this really nice and helpful for the month of March, and it gives you a little bit of guidance. Thank you so much. And you can contact me on my Facebook page at Pure Love Energy by Lisa Short, or on my personal Facebook page at Lisa Short in Lenexa, Kansas. And so I'm ready to take a caller, and I think I have Aaron in Round Rock, Texas. Aaron, are you there?
I'm here.
Hi. Hi, how are you?
Hey, my grandmother had ended up passing on like some of the stuff that hit me, because I'm trying to get my daughter in the...
Aaron, I'm having a challenge understanding the call. I think it's just a little unclear. Do you mind repeating that, please?
Like some of the stuff did like hit me. Like I know, like just like around this time, I'm missing my grandmother because she passed away a little bit before I was born, like on my actual birthday. I was born at 12:46 on the 12th, and she had passed away at 12:15. So I've been missing her, and I'm like a semi-believer, and I like doing this. I like believe more because some of the stuff hit me in that way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I used to see my grandmother in my dreams because I missed her so much.
So you did know her for a while, but she passed on just before your birthday. Is that what I understand?
Yeah,
or you did not know her?
She's one of my best friends.
Okay.
I was her first granddaughter.
Okay. So I feel like I see a cross with her. I feel like there's a religious aspect to her. Like she would have been very spiritually based, or have a faith base that was really strong. Would you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
When it was like I grew up Catholic, and she'd go to church on Christmas with us and on Easter. And one thing that I had always done up until I had gotten married to my husband was sing in the choir on Christmas Eve to be close to her.
Oh, okay.
I did that
Nice.
for a couple of years.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. That's because that's like the very first thing she brought up. So that must have been, her religious faith was very important to her. And I
Yeah.
do see her, she said something about candy. I don't know why she said something about candy. But it seems to be a connection either, let me see. Was there something like
and with
she
the
would
thing,
give
like
you
with
candy?
the goals moving forward, like my goal, like my daughter's got autism spectrum disorder, and I feel like she forgot some of the stuff that I've tried to teach her and tried to show her. So we're getting her intake tomorrow for ABA therapy. But the other thing is I want to get my husband on board more with knowing how to do stuff without him getting upset with that stuff.
Okay. Okay. And so you're
I'm wanting to get him on the same page so that he knows how to deal with her little breakdowns, little spasms that she has through that, like a little things of like not going to bed or not wanting to go to bed some nights.
Okay. Okay, I see. And then is he willing to work on that? I mean, is that something he knows?
Yep.
That,
he's going to be coming. He's going to be coming tomorrow because he was never usually home for her appointments when she was first in ABA therapy. And then I tried, and I was pretty much the only one doing the stuff because I didn't really know how to explain stuff to him because of my social anxiety. Sometimes I don't know how to explain stuff. I get the words mixed up.
I see. I see. Okay. And so tell me your question then.
So like my goals going forward with that pretty much.
Will that work out with your husband helping and in that direction?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I also think, it's coming in that, your grandmother's helping with this little girl. Okay. I feel, so that's separate. It's not separate, but it's a little different from what you're asking. So I feel like if you are open to hearing or feeling her presence or her messages, that communication is there, that she would be able to assist you. It's a she's a very loving, open person. And her energy is there. And she's like, do you remember how she handled you? Do you remember how she worked with you? How she accepted you in such I feel like there's a lot of acceptance with her, with you. Like, no matter how you were acting, there was like this openness with her that you felt completely loved and supported, right? And
I really did. Like, I miss her. It's my dad's mother, and I miss her. Like, I miss her a lot, and it's just like after the 21 years of her being gone, I'm just like having more of a hard time with that. So I've been a little closed off. Like, I really haven't told anybody about that, except for maybe my mom.
Yes, she's so this openness, this lovingness, she was very non-judgmental with you as well, is what I hear. I feel like she is just so she was giving. She was, it was just this kindness about her, and she's sharing that with me that your daughter, this girl who you love, of course, with all your heart, and you want the very best. She's telling you to stop being so hard on yourself about how you're raising her, okay? Because your husband will step in, all right? He's going to step up to the plate here, okay? It's going to work.
I was more hard because I was harder on myself because me and my husband had almost gotten a divorce a couple years ago. It was because of my husband's grandmother when we were living at her house in Arizona.
Okay.
That relationship with me and his grandmother hasn't really been the best.
Right. And, there's a lot of judgment and guilt around that for you. And for him too, it's like you're reflecting that to each other.
Yeah, because with him, he's controlled by her a lot. And he's still semi controlled by her.
Mm-hmm. I would introduce a way that he could communicate with her that would be where he could interact with her in a very loving, kind way, and bring her in to working with him too. So if that means at bedtime, you mentioned maybe having issues, sitting down, bringing her in with a story, for example, or where you can have some common time, where he and she can have some common time, where you can ease into that transition of getting her to do what you want her to do without the drama, right? Without all of this energy. Because when that drama happens at night, for example, it's going to stir up everything, and no one wants to go to sleep then, right? It's just going to be something that's very challenging to settle her down after that. So start looking for activities. And I feel like this is grandmother also coming in and saying, start looking for activities that you can do with her to settle her down at night, that he can do with her. Something that's she likes to do that would intrigue her, that would bring her in, instead of pushing at her, do it. It's bring her into this situation like your grandmother did with you. You know how she would just pull you in and you would listen to her and she would talk to you and she would almost, I see her right down in your face, respecting you, honoring you as just a small child. Not everyone does that, okay? But she did that for you. I want you to do that the same way with your daughter. Ask your husband to work with that. Introduce him to some things that she and he can do together, okay, that will help calm and diffuse the situation before bed. Like I said, reading a story, talking about your day, doing something that's a little bit of a project, coloring, artwork. I don't know what she loves to do, but it's something that wouldn't be like television or video games, It's going to be something that's calming and relaxing, listening to some music together. Just being present with her is going to help her. Making sure she knows she's heard, all right? She wants to be validated, all right? I just want to let you know, Erin, that I appreciate your call so much and that your grandmother sends her her love because she's with you. And speak to her, okay? Send her your thoughts. Ask her for help. I do have to go, but I just want to wish you much love and peace in this situation. Okay? Thank you, Erin. Okay. So I just want to let you know, if you would like a mediumship reading or intuitive insight or healing session with me, you can contact me on my Facebook page at Pure Love Energy, my website, pureloveenergy.com, or my personal Facebook page at Lisa Short in Lenexa, Kansas. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.